Well, it seems as if they have made progress. Russian President Vladimir Putin said in the press conference, which is still going on as we speak, that the two countries had gone through a rough period, but they were determined to overcome it in the interests of their peoples. They have agreed to revive and go ahead with their two big energy projects. This is the Turkish Stream pipeline, a natural gas pipeline, which would have involved Russian natural gas passing through Turkish territory, and to revive the Akku nuclear power plant. This would be Turkey's first nuclear power plant to be built in southern Turkey. Both of these projects had gone into deep freeze after the downing of the Russian jet in November. And the signal, both projects have got the green light now. Secondly, they agreed on restoring ties to what they were before in many levels of trade and tourism. But they said they would do this step by step. So issues such as visa-free travel. Before the downing of the jets, Russians and Turks could go to each other's countries without visas. This isn't going to be lifted today. It will be lifted in the near future. Similarly, Russia expects to give the green light for Russian charters taking tourists to Turkey in the near future. Erdogan said at the press conference that both sides wanted to return to previous levels of cooperation, but it looks as if this will take a little time. Thirdly, on Syria, the two leaders agreed to have a further meeting after this press conference with their cabinet ministers. So nothing was decided yet. Both affirmed that they wanted to see the Syrian civil war come to an end. Fourthly, the two leaders decided to have another meeting on fighting terrorism. They didn't say when this meeting would take place.
Jasper, how much does President Erdogan need Putin, especially in the wake of that failed coup attempt in Turkey last month?
Yes, well, today's meeting has a special significance for Erdogan. This is the first time he has been out of the country since the attempted coup of July the 15th. And that was a demonstration of confidence. Just next door to us here in Turkey is Syria, and Syrian President Bashar Assad hasn't left his country since the uprising began there 5 years ago. Secondly, Erdogan really needs Russian business. The Turkish economy is in a rather unsteady period at the moment. One of the international ratings agencies has downgraded it to junk status. Two other agencies have deferred their review of Turkey's credit rating. Turkish hotels and restaurants have certainly suffered badly from the loss of 5 million Russian tourists. It's said that the fall of Russian tourists this year is as great as 87%. And Russia used to be the #1 country of origin of tourists coming to Turkey. So Turkey really needs Russian business. In that sense, the advantages of the two countries' cooperation lie with Russia. Turkey needs Russia more than Russia needs Turkey. Thirdly, I think good relations with Russia helps Turkey in another way. Turkey isn't saying this, but Erdogan was clearly disappointed by the West's response to the coup, which he thought was a matter of condemning the coup in a pro forma sort of way, and then criticizing the Erdogan government for the purge that came after the coup, whereas Turkey was much happier with Putin's calling President Erdogan something like 36 hours after the coup and expressing full support and not mentioning the purge. what is going on here today is Erdogan thinks that by mending his fences with Russia helps him send a signal to the West. You know, if you don't give me your support, I've got others that I can go to. However, I don't think the West will be very much frightened by this. The West knows that at the end of the day, Turkey is very much in the Western camp.